My name is Rita Kering Chebet. Welcome on board. President William Samoei Ruto has assented to the Finance Bill 2023. The new act introduces, among others, an 8% increase on value-added tax on petroleum products with exemption of liquefied petroleum gas, and introduces 1.5% housing tax to be paid by employees and matched by the employers. Here is Mary Magdalene Nekesa with the details.
President William Ruto on Monday morning pinned his signature to the finance bill that was approved by the National Assembly last week.
Tumeweka katika ile budget ya kwamba hatutaki tena furniture. Ati kiti kama hii nimekalia. Ati tunaenda kutafuta mpaka China. Na tuko na Wafula hapa, tuko na Omondi hapa, anaweza kuchonga hii kitu, tukamnunulia, akawa na pesa, akajisimamia. Mnataka tuendelee kuagiza kutoka nje ama Omondi atengeneze?
This is a scandal in the offing, like the golden bag.
According to State House official, the head of state signed the bill into law on Monday morning at State House, Nairobi.
Okay, Madam Chairman, well done.
The controversial bill was passed during a stormy season, largely boycotted by the opposition.
And the court will tell us whether that finance bill is legitimate and legal or not. So those who are celebrating, they better withhold their...
Hiyo financial bill singepitisha wakati huu. Hawa maseneta wenye wanapitisha na wanasema mimi najua wanapitisha kwa sababu wanaogopa. Stand with your people. Wewe huko electiwa hapo na mtu, ulielektiwa hapo na watu. Ili utetee shida zao, wewe wa represent matatizo zao, uende mdiscuss huko. Si kudiscuss vile mnaenda kunyonga wananchi.
There were 87 proposed amendments to the bill, some of which were approved on Tuesday as the National Assembly debated them late into the night.
This kind of dictatorship is new. This budget is selfishly tailored to ensure Ruto and his cronies are living large and they eat well, where a majority are suffering.
Among the most important proposals approved was a 16% value-added tax on gasoline, up from 8%. Except for Githunguri MP Gathoni Wamuchomba, at least 184 MPs, mostly from Kenya Kwanza, supported the bill, while 88 MPs, mostly from Azimio, opposed the amendment.
They used their numbers to pass it. They used their numbers against the interest of the ordinary Kenyan, because they are using what they believe is a tyranny of numbers in the National Assembly.
We are listening to the people of Kenya. We have our aspirations as leaders and the things we want to achieve.
The contentious housing levy, which had initially proposed to be at 3%, was also passed after it was amended to 1.5% of gross pay. It has been converted into a tax. The initial proposal called for the levy to be a saving account that Kenyans could access after 7 years.
Your Excellency, mambo ya nyumba, sijui kama ni kuelewa, mimi sikuwa nimeelewa. Lakini nikiangalia kila wakati nikiingia constituency, ile shida ninaletewa na wananchi ni mambo ya school fees, mambo ya hospitali na mambo hata ya chakula.
Digital creators will be subjected to a 5% tax. This figure was originally proposed to be 15%. Betting and insurance withholding taxes will be charged at 12.5% and 16% respectively. Executive, which comprises ministries, departments and agencies, will receive the bulk of the allocation of 2.16 trillion Kenya shillings. Parliament, which comprises National Assembly and Senate, will receive a total of 40.4 billion Kenya shillings. Judiciary has been allocated the least amount of money at 22.99 billion Kenya shillings. The 47 counties will receive 385.4 billion Kenya shillings as part of the shareable revenue. Other expenditure items will be what is known as the Consolidated Fund Service. Consolidated Fund Service has been allocated a total of 1.836 trillion Kenya shillings, taking the total spending in the financial year 2023-2024 to 4.45 trillion Kenya shillings. The 2023-2024 budget was prepared in an environment of high inflation owing to the several shocks that have lit the country's economy. The biggest shock has been a crippling drought, the worst in 40 years. The drought has depressed harvest and pushed up food prices, with inflation rate remaining outside of the upper bound target of 7% for the last 12 months to June.
We have time to build a new foundation of our economy.
The high cost of living has also been aggravated by a weaker shilling, which is exchanging at a record low of 139.7 shilling against the dollar. Central banks in advanced economies have also increased interest rates, triggering capital flights from frontier and emerging economies such as Kenya.
Hiyo msingi wa madeni lazima tuibadilishe. Badala ya kuwa na msingi wa uchumi wa madeni, tuwe na msingi wa uchumi wetu ambao umesimamia ushuru ambayo sisi tunakusanya kama wa Kenya.
High interest rates have also made it difficult for the country to borrow into the foreign capital markets to finance its budget.
We have built our economy on the basis of debt. That is why we are paying 1.4 trillion shillings every year to debt. We have to change that foundation so that we, instead of building our economy on the basis of debt, we want to build our economy on the basis of our own revenues.
For Maisha Prime, Maisha Television, my name is Mary Magdalene Nekesa.